South Bronx Enterprises, Brick City Promotions, Buju Banton Company, School of DawgMasters, and I be Nova Dent, the legendary New York, the DawgMaster, the OD of the game, the original. The original DawgMaster. Oh, what's popping out there? Hey, listen, we're gonna go and I want y'all to just take a minute, real quick, to think right now what you think our command could be. If you train a dog and you had our command, what would you think our command would be? Because now that I created our command, I got a lot of people, you know, that I've been on the internet or through magazines, animal magazines. People are trying to act like people like they could do eye command. I heard it just a couple of times, not a whole lot, just a couple of times. So that lets me know that somebody's been on my site, because I'm the only one who came up with eye command. But I'm gonna tell you now. Let me give you that minute. Go think. Eye command. How would you do eye command? What would you do with eye command? What kind of command would it be? What cue would it be? All right. Now I'm gonna tell you how I started eye command. This is what happened. I read dogs' minds because I'm a DawgMaster. I can read dogs' minds. Okay, I can even look at a picture of a dog, and I can tell you about your dog's personality, exactly what your dog do with you. Not something that's overall like you looking at a dog book. I'm talking about something personal that I could come up with, that this dog has spoke to me within this picture, and I could tell you about your dog. I've done it many times. You know what I'm saying? I did it a few times with somebody like live. I never did it like live except one time, and I will be getting that person. You know what I'm saying? To let y'all know that I really did it. But a lot of times what I was doing was going on my Facebook, and I'll see somebody with a picture with their dog, and I'll text them about their dog right there. And they will text me back like, bang, they in another state. So they'll text me back like, how you know about my dog? How you know, like, you know what I'm saying? How you know what my dog, how he responds if I did this and how I did that. And I just let them know, like, look, I'm the DawgMaster. They call me the DawgMaster. Just look me up and spread my videos, you know what I'm saying? I said, now you know for yourself that I'm the DawgMaster. And I did it with people who I walked up on, and I seen them with a dog, and I done told them about their dog. And yo, one time somebody got real mad and was like, hey, look, man, I don't know you, man. I don't know who you think you is, you know what I'm saying? And so he started cursing me out. I could have got on the bullshit with him too, but I was like, I'm out here promoting, so when I'm promoting, I'm not trying to get into no altercation. I'm trying to push this DawgMaster to the world. So I'm just like, look, man, you know for yourself, you don't know me, I never been in your house, so there's no way that I could tell you about your dog if I never been there. I said, I'm just letting you know I'm the DawgMaster. Why don't you just look my videos up, man, and spread them and tell them, you know, the experience that you had meeting me, you know what I'm saying, that you had with me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a few times, but I did walk up on people. Most of the time, people are amazed that I could tell them about their dog without even knowing them. And then, like I said, that one time, I had somebody get real mad, real mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Felt like I was probably following or stalking him, or had a camera in his house that I was able to tell him what happened. So he didn't like this shit. He didn't understand it, and I understand because I'm a DawgMaster. You're not gonna understand these great things that I could do with a dog. You know what I'm saying? So this is what happened. I use my mother. everything that I do with a dog, I just do it live. Like, I'm not gonna tell you what I'm about to do. I'm just gonna do it. So when I do it and then you see it live, then you're gonna say, okay, yeah, it's true. It's not gonna be set up. It's gonna be just out the ordinary. Just like when I was training my dog for protection, I would just be standing there with somebody I know, and I would make my dog attack him right here. I might be like, 4 feet in front of somebody I'm talking to, or 3 feet. You just standing right there talking. I'll be talking, and I'll give my dog a command that they won't know, and my dog will attack, and then I'll stop him right then. So I'm talking about all the dog gotta do is take maybe 1 foot and bite him. But you know what I'm saying? Then they be scared, they be running, or they'll freeze up and stuff and everything. They'll be like, damn, New York, you sick your dog on me? I'll be like, man, I don't know what was wrong with Buju. Like, sometimes, well, when I sick them on him, then I'll say, yeah, I just want you to know what I can really do with these dogs. That's why I sick them on you. Right while we talking, I just sick my dog on somebody. I don't care who you is. I'll be talking to you and be like, boom, sick my dog on me. And then I'll stop him right there. So that fear that they got of getting bit by this pit bull, and then for me to stop them, it's gonna let them know, like real deep in their mind, like, damn, he's good because he could have bit me. And if it was somebody else, the dog would have bit me. And there's also times that when I had dreads, I could do certain things with my dreads and make my dog attack and won't nobody know. And I'll play stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like I might do a movement with my dreads, and once my dog attack, I'll be like, hey, I talk to my dogs in Patois in Jamaica, so I be telling my dogs like, yo, stop, like, what you doing? Don't bite him, leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? Some people like, damn, dog, New York, damn, I thought your dog was trained. What happened? Why you doing it? I was like, man, I don't know why he did that. In the beginning, I was like, man, I don't know why he just did that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I would go around the hood in South Memphis and have my dog just sicking people, man. I would just sick them on people, and they wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? And I be talking in Jamaican, nobody understood what I was saying. So I would be saying stuff and sick them on them, and I'd be like, man, I don't know why the dog did that, but you see, I was able to call him back. Right? He was like, man, I'm glad you was able to stop him. And then if they was my homie, I'd be like, hey, look, man. Or a homegirl, I said, look, man, I sick my dog on you. They're like, damn, New York, that's how you feel about me? You done sick your dog on me, New York? Man, I sick them on you, just so that way you, personally, can say how good I am with this dog. Because how scared you was, that was real fear. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't fake that I'm telling you and you kind of prepared where you could be a little scared, but then a little, you know what I'm saying, on the defense and shit. Now I'm about to sick them on you live. So you could be scared to death. Then I'm gonna stop them. And then I'm gonna tell you, I sick them on you. And then you're gonna realize just how good I am. So I did it to my mother. She didn't like that shit. But look, this is what I did to my mother. I was sitting like I'm sitting right here, we was in the living room. I'm sitting here, my dog is sitting directly across in the living room, on the other wall. You know what I'm saying? Where the couch is. I'm on this couch. Buju is on the couch right across from me. Okay? My mother, seems like this is Buju in front of me, over there. My mother is over here, but she might be like, 15 feet away from my dog. She's in her favorite chair over here, and Buju is over here. The first day that I invented I Command, I really needed to know that I could do this within my mind. Because like I told you, it seems like I'm crazy or I'm doing something crazy because can't nobody else do it. God gave me the gift of being a DawgMaster. So I was just staring at my dog and talking to him in my mind, to my dog. I'm sitting there just talking to him. And I'm telling him, you're about to do I Command. When I look at my mother, I want you to attack her. Now, this is crazy because, my mother been around him since he been a puppy, so he would never attack her, and I never made him attack her. And then nobody in their right mind would make their dog attack their mother. Especially, y'all live in the same house. Nobody's gonna do that type of shit. You're gonna make your dog attack somebody else, or people walking past the house, or knocking on the door and stuff like that. So I said I gotta do it on my mother. That way my mother know. You know what I'm saying? That I'm the greatest. You know what I mean? Because like with me growing up, I always been bad, so she never really liked the stuff that I do, and I always sold drugs, so she never liked that I'm always involved in some type of criminal activity. So when I got into the dogs, it was like, to me, it was the most positive side of myself. You see what I'm saying? So I said, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. So I'm looking at my dog, Buju, just staring at him like this. But I'm talking to him. Now, how you think I made my dog attack my mother? Y'all think about it right now. How you think I made him attack her? With I Command. I don't know if y'all got it or not, but I want y'all to put it in the comments. I want y'all to comment on what y'all thought I Command would be and how you would think I Command. I want to hear this. But I'm going to tell you how I did it. I'm looking at my dog, and I went just like this to my mother without ever speaking. I wasn't even paying attention to my mother. I'm just tuned in with my dog. I'm one with my dog. I went like this. When I went like that, Buju went, pew! Attacked her. I called him off. Boom, I said, the door, cut it out my nose. He stopped. My mother jumped. She said, out her chair, man, she was so damn scared. She was like, what you just did? You just made that dog attack me. I said, Ma, I don't know why he did that. I don't know why he did that. I don't know what got into Buju. She's like, look, I don't know what you think you doing. You know what I'm saying? You got that dog attacking me. I said, Ma, I didn't make him attack you. I didn't make him attack you. I don't know what Buju did that for. I said, you see, I didn't say nothing to him. I didn't say nothing. I ain't pointing at you or nothing. So how I make him attack you? She's like, no, you did something. You did something. I said, Ma, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing to make him attack you. But in my mind, I was amazed. I said, oh, I did it. I talked to him mentally. He heard me.
Text Josh early.
And he did it. So my next time that I did it right then, I did it the same day. After I did that, and I sicked him on my mother, and I played like I was stupid, like I don't know what was going on, like I always do. You know what I'm saying? I'm good at playing stupid. I did it again. I looked at him. Telling him, that was good for the first time. We're gonna do it again. One more time. When I went like that and looked, try to get her. My mother jumped again. She said, I saw you. I saw you. You made that dog attack me. I said, Ma, I ain't make him attack you. You know what I'm saying? She said, no, you was looking at him. She said, I watched you this time. You was just looking at him. And then he just attacked me. You didn't have to say nothing. You was just looking at him. And he attacked me. I said, you really think I was just looking at him, Ma? I said, how crazy that sound? That I'm just looking at him and he attacks you. What would make him attack you and I'm just looking at him? She said, I don't know, you did something. You did something, you know what I'm saying? You did something. But you was looking at him. I said, you really think that, Ma? You really think that I could look at a dog and make this dog attack? She said, I know you did something. I know you did. She said, you better not make that dog attack me anymore. So I was like, I ain't trying to make that dog attack me. I don't know what be wrong with Buju sometimes. Every time I'm working on him, I always like I don't know what be going on with my dog. So I said, I don't know what is going on with Buju. So I ended up telling her, I said, Ma, I said, you know, it sounds crazy if you told somebody my son was just looking at the dog and then he just attacked me out of nowhere, like, you know what I'm saying, without pointing, at least pointing to giving some type of gesture or skittle or, you know, attack or point, something to make that dog, you know, a gesture, something to make the dog go that way. But I'm just staring at him. I never moved. I never made a gesture. I never moved my body. I never went like this. I never went like that. I didn't point. I didn't do anything. So I told my mother, I said, Ma, now you know I am the greatest dog trainer ever in this world. I said, can't nobody do what I just did. I said, I call this eye command. I just made it up today, right now. While you see me doing it, I made it up. And I tried it with Buju the first time. You see me do it the first time that I was gonna make this dog attack you without saying nothing, just looking at him. I said, Ma, I could read dogs' minds. I told Buju in my mind, when I look at her, I want you to attack her. I said, so I stood there, Ma, and I went like this. He attacked you. She said, I knew you did something. I knew you did something. I ain't stupid. I know you did something. I know you did something, because I know you training him. I know what you're doing. I said, Ma, I just did the greatest thing ever. Can't no dog trainer in the world, from the first dog trainer in the world to any dog trainer standing right here in these days and time, ever came up with eye command and can't do it. I came up with it and I executed it perfectly. So she was like, you know, she didn't tell me then. She was just like, you better not sick that dog on me no more. I'm not playing with you, man. You better not sick that dog on me no more. So I was like, I said, I ain't gonna sick him on no more. I said, now you know, man. Now you know I'm the greatest. Now you know I'm the truth. You know what I'm saying? So one day, you know, she came to me and told me, it was like, you know what, Ryan? I don't support you in nothing you're doing, because, you know, I'm always selling drugs. And even if I had a job, I'm selling drugs, you know, when I get off work or whatever. So she never liked that. She always wanted me to be, you know, legit, because she raised me right. She raised me as a Christian in the Church of God in Christ. the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, you know what I'm saying? So she didn't like that I was like real violent and like deep into the streets. So she didn't approve of it. And when I was working, she still was like, you know, you still doing dirt. You know, like you ain't gonna change. You know, you're doing this all your life. So, you know, when I got into the dogs, I was really trying to show my mother that I could do something right, and I'm not gonna sell drugs no more. I never told her that. I just showed her that, like, I'm not doing it, you know what I'm saying? So she had came to me and was like, you know what, Ryan, I don't support nothing you do because you're always doing something. You just always into something. If it ain't one thing, it's another with you. She said, but one thing I could say, I know you're doing something special with them dogs. She said, when I seen you just look at him, when you could just look at him, and you made him attack me, I knew you was doing something special with these dogs, and I support that. Anything you want to do with these dogs, I'm with it. So, you know, I really appreciate my moms for that, man. You know, I was like, finally, I convinced her that I'm some good, you know what I'm saying? She knows I was a good person, you know, as far as like with her, respecting her and stuff, but outside of my mother, when it comes to the street, anything else, it's like, it's just, you know, a lot of gangster shit going on, so, you know, and she didn't approve of it, she didn't like it because she raised me better, you know what I'm saying? She didn't want me to be violent and popping off and laying shit down and sticking niggas up and all that shit and going to prison and doing a lot of time, you know what I'm saying? And then going to the hole for stabbing people in jail or cutting them. She didn't raise me like that, so she didn't really approve of a lot of my actions growing up. Because I've been bad ever since first grade. Every school, the first day of school, PS59, I got jumped and I had a fight. You know, the second day I had a fight. Every school I ever went to, when I went to Jersey, first day at Dayton, I had a fight. You know, first time when I went to the other school, you know what I'm saying, Dr. Martin Luther King in Newark, in Brick City, I had a fight. Everywhere I ever went, I had a fight. First day in church, I had a fight. You know what I'm saying? So I always was into fighting. I always was fighting. So, you know what I mean? I was bad all my life, you know. But she really knew that I was doing something spectacular with these dogs when I made up Eye Command. So, yeah, I made up Eye Command. But Eye Command can't be that you're looking at the dog and then you nudge that way to make him attack. Because if you nudge, that's the incentive, it's a gesture. You know what I'm saying? To go, that's almost like pointing. That's like me standing there, my dog looking at me, and my dog know if I point, let me show my finger in it, that I point, you know that the dog knows if my master point, I'm attacking. So it's nothing to point and he attack, you ain't gotta say nothing. Or if you train him and you go, you nudged, you like that way, like him right there, and your dog, boom, and attack. That's helping the dog, showing him what you want. But if I'm sitting there, how? Now, if you don't think that I'm great, I want all of y'all, I want y'all in the comments, no fucking doubt. I want y'all in the comments. How could you come up with training your dog and talking to your dog to tell your dog when you, because you can't read his mind like I can. So let's just say you just doing it the regular human way. Like when you tell a dog, you train him and you point and he attack. Or you go, skim, and he attack. Whatever it's a sound, a gesture, you know, body language, whatever. Okay, I want you right now to think, if you right now is training your dog to do Eye Command, that you could just go like this, and that dog goes to the right. If you look to the right, he goes to the right. If you look to the left, he goes to the left and attack. All right? How would you talk to your dog and tell your dog, look at me, and when you see my eye, go like that, that's what I want you to attack. Or if I look that way to the left, I want you to attack him. If I look up, I want you to jump up there and attack him. I want y'all to tell me how the hell y'all would come up with that scenario of training the dog to attack with Eye Command. I want somebody else to tell me, because I know it's amazing what I'm doing, and there's no way that you're gonna be able to train that dog to go, when I go like this, you're gonna attack. You know what I'm saying? But it's the DawgMaster. I created our command. I am the most famous person in the world. Not the most famous dog trainer. Yes, I am the most famous dog trainer in the world. But not only that, I am the most famous person in the world. I went on YouTube. YouTube told me. Google and all that stuff. The most famous person in the world with a dog. But I couldn't become the DawgMaster without a dog. See what I'm saying? What I can do, the only way that people would know what I can do is by me having a dog. So I couldn't do this by myself. To become a DawgMaster, I couldn't be the DawgMaster by myself. I couldn't just give myself the DawgMaster name and be the DawgMaster. The only way I could be the DawgMaster, I need a dog. And that dog is going to show people what I can do. And that's how you'll know that I'm the DawgMaster. So it's the DawgMaster, the OD of the game, the original, original DawgMaster. Peace.